I'm Jon Marshall, and we're Suncoast NPI ITV, and we're coming at you now. Good morning, everybody. Jon Marshall, Suncoast NPI, and we are coming at you live with Suncoast NPI TV. And I couldn't be more excited to be sitting here today. We had our first nonprofit on the show last week with the President Charles DeMarco of New Life Solutions. He had an incredible. He was awesome. He's amazing. And then actually, one of our chapters was out. The Dunedin chapter was out at the Walk for Life on last Saturday, and just a great event, great turnout. And today, just to fast forward, what we're going to see, we're going to learn more about Oldsmar Cares, and they just finished up a huge event with Stamp Out Hunger, and you're going to hear a little bit more about who they are and how you actually can get involved in. But what I kind of wanted to start off today is, like, you know, we're NPI TV. So what is that all about? So at the end of the day, if you never heard of Suncoast NPI TV or Suncoast NPI, really, you should. We're 29 years young. We're locally owned. That is myself. 29 years young this month. And we're a world-class seat-specific referral networking organization with a community look and feel. And what you really need to know, if you're leaning in, if you're a business professional in the Tampa Bay area and you're looking to grow your business, you really should look no further than our organization. I encourage you to do #free meal. There's 7 different chapters currently that meet on a weekly basis, and come in and see how we can help you grow your business by immediately expanding your sales force by 20 plus people that are actually really there and fired up to help you grow your business. But let's slow it down here for a second. And kind of one of the things I love about NPI, think about this quote. Think about this. Surround yourself with people that push you to do and be better. No drama, no negativity, just higher goals and higher motivation. Good times and positive energy, no jealousy or hate. Simply bringing out the absolute best in each other. So it's not my quote. Actually, it's Warren Buffett, who's obviously a phenomenal man and a very accomplished man. But as we kind of look and build out Suncoast NPI, we don't accept everybody. We do a vetting process on the front end. And, you know, I moved here from San Francisco 10 years ago now. And so what we say is with the receipt specific, right? So we're looking for people that are rock stars at what they do, that have a servant's heart, that's committed to the commitment to make these chapters thrive, not survive, thrive. And what I love about the members, there's such an abundance mindset within the membership base. And actually, give you an idea, I'm going to show a hype video here in a second, but to give you an idea, we did over 1.8 million last year in 2018. And when I say 1.8 million, that's money in the pocket. We don't fabricate the numbers. We actually looking to be real. And on top of it, with a servant's heart, we're an organization that actually we expect to be an addition to your marketing arm. We are an addition to your marketing arm, your sales team. But we want you, if you need to go close a deal, go close the deal. Just call the VP and say you can't make it. I know there's other organizations that it's like three absences, you're gone. I don't care if your wife's on your deathbed. That's not the way to roll in 2019. And so we've been around 29 years, and #free meal brings you in and gets you a meal, and check out how we can actually grow your business. Let's roll that hype video, please. Hi, I'm Jon Marshall, owner of Suncoast NPI. What we are not is your granddaddy's organization, but what we are is a locally owned, seat-specific, 29-year young, world-class networking organization with a community look and feel. So it's seat-specific. So what we are looking for are individuals that are rock stars in their professions, that have a servant's heart, and that are committed to the commitment to make each chapter thrive. So if that's you, we invite you to come check out one of our many chapters throughout the Tampa Bay area. Jon Marshall, Suncoast NPI. When we pull together, we all win. So hopefully you like that. And again, that hype video is compliments and courtesy of Mr. Jason Robinson with Kennard Pictures, and he's like the man behind the scenes here for the NPI TV as well. And so I can't thank him enough for what he brings to the table. He is a rock star, and he does have a servant's heart. And he is committed to the commitment to make these chapters and even our organization thrive. And so a couple things just to think about as you're leaning in. Hopefully you're seeing something that you like. This TV. We're the only ones, actually. We're the only ones that's bringing it to the marketplace for networking organizations. Why, do you ask? Why are we doing it, Well, number one was a no-brainer. It's actually number two. It's to elevate our brand. We've been around 29 years, and a lot of people still haven't heard of us. That's, like, insane to me. So that's, like, crazy. So that's why one of the reasons we're doing it. But the number one reason we're doing it is we want to give a platform for our members to come up and have the media distribution to be able to have broadcast to your sets and then drip it out to social media, because as John Gustin, the owner of this organization, WeBeam TV, that we're shooting the set out, look at the set's absolutely amazing. He likes to say, if you're not doing video, you're dead. And hey, I don't totally buy into it, but I do 99% buy into the fact that if you're not doing it, you're going to get left behind, and that's why we're doing this thing. And we always want to be a step ahead. We always want to be cutting edge. And again, if we have rock stars as the owner, if I have rock stars in the categories with a servant's heart, committed to the commitment, I don't want to lose you. We have members, I was talking about last week, we have members that have been members of Suncoast NPI for over 20 years. That says something. So we're a referral group, and actually some of the numbers recently, we're closed in 2018. Over 50% of every referral that was passed was turned into closed business. Actually, I have a chapter right now. They're sitting at 99% right now. Every referral that's passed, everyone but one has been closed as we speak, which is mind-blowing. So if you're looking to grow your business, and you want to be surrounded with abundance thinkers that are really there to edify and build you up and to populate your name with the masses, you need to get into a chapter and check us out. # free meal and go take a look at it. So some of the things I've been kind of thinking about lately that I just want to share with you is like, maybe, hey, I'm not quite ready for it. But if there's some kind of tension going on, my pastor says, pay attention to the tension. At least nothing else, peel that onion back a few layers and try to understand what that tension is all about. Another thing he likes to say is, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. So think about that with your business. As you're building out your business, are you surrounding yourself with people that are better than you? The people that are actually building you up, people that are encouraging you? If you're not going to be in business long. And then the last thing is really think about this. Really, and this is my heart of hearts. I think the difference between, and I'm looking in the mirror when I say this, the difference between me and you watching that now and 5 years from now truly are the books that you read and the friends and business peers and associates that you collaborate and hang out with. So I encourage you to make some hard choices to look into and how to better yourself and better your business. And I really am confident that if you come check out Suncoast NPI, we will be your smartest decision for 2019 for your business and your personal growth. One of the things we've been doing is in May. Let me just segue this. May is how may we serve you. One of the things we're all about, and probably the number one reason I bought this organization was to have a conduit to give back to the community. And how may we serve you? We talked about New Life Solutions last week. Oldsmar Cares is coming up. But if you're a nonprofit out there, we've given over 15,000 hours of community service over the last 2 years. And those places include, I mentioned Oldsmar Cares, I mentioned New Life Solutions, but actually like Dunedin Cares, Habitat for Humanity, Metropolitan Ministries, Ronald McDonald House, Homeless Empowerment Program, or HEP, Sleep in Heavenly Peace, Eckerd Connect, Organic Community Garden with Oldsmar, Dave Ramsey with FPU, Prison Financial Literacy, and then even talk some of our local churches that we poured into. It's Calvary, Building 28, Countryside Christian Center, Harborside, and again later today you're going to hear from Oldsmar Cares. But if you're a nonprofit, you didn't hear your organization called, please reach out to me personally and let's have a conversation, because we're always looking for avenues on ways we can give back into the community. And so actually I'd like to kind of let's show a clip, the Habitat for Humanity, so people can get a feel for it. Hi, my name is Jon Marshall. I'm the owner of Suncoast NPI. We're a locally owned, seat-specific, world-class 28-year young referral networking organization with a community look and feel. This past year, we gave over 8,000 hours of community service back into the community. We're here to make money as an organization, we're here to make money as members, but more importantly, we're here to give back to the community and to make it a better place to live, work, and play. Again, as you saw, there's another video from Kennard Pictures with Jason. He's a rock star. And that was just one thing that we shot when we were on site with the Habitat for Humanity folks with Amanda Shipman over there. And again, just another conduit to give back. So why actually should you get involved with Suncoast NPI? Why? One, to make money. It's pretty simple. We're here to make money. You need an ROI and you need an ROIT. Then on the flip side, you heard about to give back to the people or give back to the community. But there's three other things that are really important as you're thinking about growing your influence. One is to meet professionals you otherwise would not know. Then think about an ability to increase yourself as a resource to your clients, customers, friends, and family. And then finally, just to continue your professional education and improve your public speaking and listening skill. And so I'd like to talk about education for a second. One thing that we do, again, as a value add to your membership, is we pour in content to our members. We do this, one way that we do this is through what we call a Monday morning sip of coffee. So every Monday morning, all of our members receive an email that provides 4 pieces of content. One's video-based and three pieces of literature. And it's currently focused around business networking, which is a no-brainer because of our organization, but sales best practices, marketing best practices, and business operations best practices on how to make yourself better. We're not nickel and diming on this. This is a value add to your membership. So I really encourage you, #free meal, come in and check us out. And if you don't see something in your area, call me because we're ready to open up our newest chapter. And to close this thing out as we get ready to see Mr. Dr. Turner is we're Suncoast NPI, and our tagline is when we pull together, we all win. We're happy that you joined us today.
NPI.
NPI, Network Professionals International.
Suncoast NPI. Hi, I'm Ben Kogenauer with Mangrove Realty. I've been in real estate for over 10 years and with my company Mangrove Realty for over 8 years. Joined NPI about 3 years ago, and it's been a terrific resource for me to help me grow my business and to grow myself as a business owner.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Dittman with Brightway Insurance, the Dittman Agency, and I do property and casualty insurance. I started with NPI in 1995.
Hello, I'm Paul Friedlander. I am the account executive with Total Title Solutions. I've been involved with NPI now for just a little over a year.
My name is Sarah Shupp, and I am a banker at Synovus in Oldsmar, Florida. I have been a member of NPI for 2 years now, and I am about to start my 3rd year with them.
Hi, I'm Robert Pellini with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. I'm a residential realtor, and I've been with NPI, Network Professionals International, for 2 years.
Suncoast NPI motivates me every week to grow my business and impact my community. I become better as a business owner every week, every meeting. I learn something new every meeting. I get something out of every meeting.
One of the biggest things that stands out to me is the family aspect of it. I'm not just going to breakfast with people that I don't know. I'm going to breakfast with people that I know, like, and trust. And I know that when I refer one of my customers of influence, that they are going to be in good hands. And it's not going to be a write-off, no call back, no show kind of thing.
Honestly, the relationships are great, but they're second to the results that you get. In fact, just this year alone, I've gone from number 8 in the office to number 1.
NPI is unique in the sense that the first time I walked into the chapter that I belong to, there were about 20 to 25 people in that chapter. Normally a small chapter, but I knew the people in there. I knew the power of the synergy that was in that room. And what that has related to over the last year is related to over $34,000 in thank you for closed business back to me.
Or every week that I meet with the friends and family that I've gotten to know, and we pass referrals. This year alone, I've closed over $40,000 in referrals from my NPI chapter.
Hi, my name is Jon Marshall. I'm the owner of Suncoast NPI. We're a locally owned, seat-specific, world-class 28-year young referral networking organization with a community look and feel. as the owner, I'm not so much interested in the membership check. I'm interested in the member. We're here to make money as members, but more importantly, we're here to give back to the community to make it a better place to live, work, and play.
My dad is the owner of Suncoast NPI, and as he always says, when we pull together, we all win!
Welcome back, everybody. Jon Marshall, Suncoast NPI, and we're Suncoast NPI TV. And wow, Dr. Turner, you're here. I am pumped, man. Dr. Turner's here. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
I'm so psyched you're here. And so I know you pretty well, you know, with church, and we talked Knowles and been around NPI for a while, and you're amazing. We talk about people with a servant's heart, committed to the commitment, and rock stars in the category. You and Doc Conforti, and you guys are amazing. So thank you very much for what you guys do. But a lot of people out here don't know you. So let's just jump in. You good with that?
Sure.
So tell me, let's just go in. Tell me about you, Doc, and then how you became a chiropractor.
Okay. Yeah, I grew up in the area. I went to Countryside High School. Went off to Florida State, go Knowles.
Boom.
Went to Life University in Atlanta for Chiropractic College, and that's where I met my wife. And we've been married for 15 years and have 2 wonderful kids now, a little boy, little girl. And as far as how I became a chiropractor, I was one of the lucky people who knew early on what I wanted to do. It was actually an injury to my older brother in football. Okay. And I won't go into the long story, but it was a chiropractor who was a family friend who told my mom, why don't you have him come by the office? And it was the chiropractor was the only one to be able to help my brother, and that was my ride home from school. And I saw what they did, and I was like, that's what I want to do when I was 14. So
wow.
So that's how I became a chiropractor.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's an awesome story. So I want to hear a little bit more about your company. I know you want to share that. There's quite a few different chiropractors out there. I wanted to hear about yours.
Sure. Well, we've been, this November, our practice will have been there for 20 years.
20 years.
20 years.
Huge.
Dr. Conforti started the practice 20 years ago. We've been working together for 15 years. The
awesome.
Oldsmar has grown around us, blossomed into what it is today, and it's been a fantastic run. We've had a great time. Taking care of patients and really serving our community.
There you go. I mean, I don't think too many people say they've been around 20 years in that field. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm sure you got another 20 plus in your tank, right? So how did you get where you are today, Doc?
Well, it's a funny story about how I got hooked up with Dr. Conforti. It was one of my college roommates, actually grew up on the same street as him. When I was getting close to the end of chiropractic college, he said, you need to get in touch with this guy, Carl Conforti. He's looking to take on somebody else. So I got in touch with him, and I gave him a call, and we set up a meeting. At the time, my fiance, now my wife, she worked for a company called Torneil's up in Atlanta, and they were doing it was mini blinds and window dressings and whatnot. And they had taken out a group from this area, from Oldsmar, they called them the Conforti Boys. And she calls me, and she's like, their brother is a chiropractor. You need to meet with him. His name is Carl. And I started laughing. I'm like, I'm meeting with him next week. So it was serendipity. It was meant to be. Dr. Conforti and I were meant to work together and build that practice together.
That is awesome. That is very cool. Yeah. I didn't know that. That's fabulous. So what's the differentiator? So what differentiates you in Conforti Chiropractic and Wellness within the marketplace?
Good question. We try to take a different approach than a lot of people. A lot of times I'll have patients come to us and they'll be like, well, I used to go to this place and they cracked me a couple times and I felt better.
Right.
And a lot of times that can help for some people with certain situations, but the problem is if you don't find out what's actually going on, do an examination, take x-rays if necessary, measure those x-rays and come up with a plan to correct the problem, you're just kind of kicking the can down the road, and down the road is going to be a much harder problem to fix. So we work towards corrective care, finding a program and actually have you do some exercises at home to change the condition of the spine long term, so things like arthritis and degeneration don't take hold.
Gotcha. Yeah, well said. Thanks for laying that out. So we heard your story about how you became a chiropractor. It was awesome, and that's a great story. How about what kind of turns you on? What fires you up? What motivates you?
Truthfully, to do what Dr. Shoy did for my brother. Dr. Shoy, Ed Shoy, his son is actually a chiropractor in our group right now too. So, but and just make a positive impact on the lives of people who walk through our doors, and see what we can do to help them, long term, not just in the short term.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's great. And so you look back over the years, your 15 years in practice with Dr. Conforti, right? And so what are you most proud of? I don't know if it's going to be business or personal.
Well, let's do both.
Let's do it.
What am I most proud of? My wife and I watching our kids grow. 13-year-old boy and a 10-year-old girl, and just watching them grow, learn, compete, overcoming those life's little obstacles, and just watching them grow into little persons. Now it's very different once they hit the double digits, and watching them grow, and that's so fun to watch. And then professionally, watching patients reach their goals.
Gotcha.
And sometimes it is just pain relief.
Gotcha.
But what is that pain causing? Are you not be able to pick up your kids? Can you not throw the ball with your son or your daughter?
Right.
Are you trying to start a new business but physically you're not able to?
Right.
Are you trying to train for a marathon? Whatever the case may be, it's not just the pain that brings people to their office. That pain's affecting their life somehow. Right. And then helping them get that life back is what really motivates us and what I'm really proud of.
That's awesome. Yeah. Both of them are awesome.
Yeah.
And so, 13. Well, I'm right there. I've got 14 and 12, so I hear you. So that's great. How about something that you kind of look back in time, and if you had the chance to do it differently, you would have? Something, a little wisdom maybe you can share?
Well, I'll give you the Cliff's Notes version because I know we're on a time crunch. But when I first got started practicing, you're not as confident as you are later on in practice. So I would treat people for their pain, but never treat them for correction.
Okay.
And in the same time, I wasn't taking care of myself, which is very important for everybody. It doesn't matter what profession you're in. I got sick, ended up with malignant melanoma, high blood pressure, borderline diabetic, and it was me learning how to get myself back to health is what gave me the confidence to teach people what I learned and let them know that this is what's actually happening with your health, and if you're not careful, you're going to be where I was.
Right.
And so that's something I would have done. I would have had that confidence from the get-go to practice the way that God wanted me to practice.
Yeah, amen to that. You guys listen to that out there? That's a wisdom right there. So thanks for sharing that. How about a book? Is there a book that's kind of maybe one of your go-to favorites, or something that you've read lately?
There was a book I read recently. It was actually recommended from a patient of mine. He's a former naval officer, and he told me it's required reading for all the academies.
Okay.
And it's Michael Shara's Killer Angels. And it's about Gettysburg, but it's written through the eyes of all the different commanders of both sides, and it's about leadership and leadership styles. And I love history. I love American history, and so that book was right down my alley. And so that was a great book. Just finished it a couple months ago.
Wow, I've never heard of that. Killer Angels.
Killer Angels. By
All right,
Michael
I'm
Shara.
adding it to my list.
Actually, it was a Pulitzer Prize winner in the 1970s.
Get out of here. That's awesome. Cool. So I got a wisdom. I actually am going to add one to my list. That's so great. So how about some role models or some mentors that you look up to that's kind of helped you to get where you are? Because I know you can be a mentor, and you probably are for a lot of folks right now.
In work, it's definitely Dr. Conforti, and I've covered that. But in my personal life, it's my mother and my grandfather. My mom raised 4 boys by herself, and all 4 of us are in careers. We're in marriages, kids, and she raised us right. We didn't have a whole lot, but we never knew we didn't have a whole lot. My mom was awesome. She still is. And I can't wait for Mother's Day, or this past week was Mother's Day. And we had a great time with them.
Absolutely.
And then my grandfather, he's no longer with us, but he was like my father figure. Gotcha. And he taught us so much. And to this day, I literally think about him pretty much every day. There's something happens where I wonder what would my grandfather do.
Gotcha. Yeah, thanks for sharing that. I love when I hear that real stuff, and and it's blood right there. How about like on the business side, when you're thinking about partnering with other folks or another person or a company, what kind of factors are flat out are deal breakers for you?
Well, we have multiple offices. Now, I only work in the Oldsmar office, but we've opened up other offices around the Tampa Bay area because we want to make sure that people are serving people like us. It's not chop shops. It's not it's people with a servant's heart. We want to make sure that people actually, like I said, set out to do what they wanted to do. Right. We want to give them the tools that it takes to educate patients on how to live healthier lives. If you're just in it for the money, you're going to lose, and you're not going to be in our group. And it's easy to help people with their pain and go to the next person and kind of just do that over and over. It's harder to actually put in the work to educate the patient that they have to take care of themselves.
Sure.
And so if you can't do that, that's a deal breaker for me.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's great. And we have a few more minutes here. So what do you think about when you think about motivation and keeping your employees or team members motivated, what kind of pops up for you?
That's easy. The patients do a great deal of that. I don't have to do a whole lot.
Gotcha.
You know, and some of my favorite patients, when they first came in, the staff is like, "Oh my God, they're so mean." And I say to them, "Just wait. Just wait. When you start making a change in someone's life and they start hitting those goals, start feeling better, they come in, they start smiling, that becomes your family member. You know, our staff, myself, you know, we're cheerleaders, we're life coaches, we're shoulder to cry on, you know, and so that's what makes it easy to motivate our staff.
Yeah, that's awesome. When you mentioned goals, so we're like sub 2 minutes here. So think about, what about goals for you as we kind of move forward in your second half of 2019, 2020?
You know, just keep growing, expanding, opening practices, like I said, like ours. Keep serving our communities and the communities that we place offices into.
Right.
We don't own those offices outright. We partner with those people. When we find someone with a servant's heart, we partner with them, and then they end up owning most of the office. We just teach them, give them the tools to get them started and keep growing like that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. How about you have a favorite inspirational quote maybe that jumps out at you?
Well, there's one that I think about a lot, and I teach people, and it's a very popular one from Henry Ford. Whether you think you can or can't, you're right. But there's one that was on the walls at my chiropractic college, and that I literally think about and strive to teach my kids this one. Do what needs to be done when it needs to be done, no matter what. That's it. Simple as that. It's like a Churchill thing. Very simple. Get to the point.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we're going to wrap this thing up. What about a good piece of professional advice you've ever received?
From my grandfather. He said, if you want to be successful in anything, just find something that people need or want and be the best at it.
Be the best at it.
That's it.
All right. I'm not plugging you on this one, but the last second, tell me about your experience with NPI.
It's been great. You know, you don't get a chance to spend time with other professionals in your community that are not related to your profession. And it's been awesome to actually make friendships and find some rock stars in our community that are so good, and being able to send people to people that you trust. That's been a blessing. Yeah,
the extra resources, right? I mean, I hear you. So we really appreciate you. I'm so delighted you came on the show today, and I consider you a business peer and a friend, and obviously go Noles.
Go Noles.
And Suncoast NPI.
Yes, sir.
When we pull together,
we all win.
Thanks, everybody. This is Dr. Turner.
NPI.
NPI, Network Professionals International.
Suncoast NPI. Hi, I'm Ben Kogenauer with Mangrove Realty. I've been in real estate for over 10 years, and with my company Mangrove Realty for over 8 years. Joined NPI about 3 years ago, and it's been a terrific resource for me to help me grow my business and to grow myself as a business owner.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Dittman with Brightway Insurance, the Dittman Agency, and I do property and casualty insurance. I started with NPI in 1995.
Hello, I'm Paul Friedlander. I am the account executive with Total Title Solutions. I've been involved with NPI now for just a little over a year.
My name is Sarah Shupp, and I am a banker at Synovus in Oldsmar, Florida. I have been a member of NPI for 2 years now, and I am about to start my 3rd year with them.
Hi, I'm Robert Pellini with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. I'm a residential realtor, and I've been with NPI, Network Professionals International, for 2 years.
Suncoast NPI motivates me every week to grow my business and impact my community. I become better as a business owner every week, every meeting. I learn something new every meeting. I get something out of every meeting.
One of the biggest things that stands out to me is the family aspect of it. I'm not just going to breakfast with people that I don't know. I'm going to breakfast with people that I know, like, and trust. And I know that when I refer one of my customers of influence, that they are going to be in good hands. And it's not going to be a write-off, no call back, no show kind of thing.
Honestly, the relationships are great, but they're second to the results that you get. In fact, just this year alone, I've gone from number 8 in the office to number 1.
NPI is unique in the sense that the first time I walked into the chapter that I belong to, there were about 20 to 25 people in that chapter. Normally a small chapter, but I knew the people in there. I knew the power of the synergy that was in that room, and what that has related to over the last year is related to over $34,000 in thank you for closed business back to me.
Or every week that I meet with the friends and family that I've gotten to know, and we pass referrals. This year alone, I've closed over $40,000 in referrals from my NPI chapter.
Hi, my name is Jon Marshall. I'm the owner of Suncoast NPI. We're a locally owned, seat-specific, world-class, 28-year young referral networking organization with a community look and feel. As the owner, I'm not so much interested in the membership check, I'm interested in the member. We're here to make money as members, but more importantly, we're here to give back to the community to make it a better place to live, work, and play.
My dad is the owner of Suncoast NPI, and as he always says, when we pull together, we all win!
Welcome back, everybody. Again, my name is Jon Marshall. I'm coming to you live with Suncoast NPI ITV, and it was a delight to have Dr. Turner on earlier, and couldn't be more delighted to have this gentleman sitting across from me right now, Mr. Keith Quinn. And as we talk about with NPI members, right, we're always looking. We don't accept anybody as a member as NPI, and what we look for people that are truly rock stars at what they do, that have a servant's heart, that are committed to the commitment to make these chapters thrive, and that's all you day long, Mr. Keith Quinn. So I'm real excited that you're here with us today, and but this time is all about you. So let's have some fun with this. You ready to do this?
I appreciate you having me, man.
Yeah, you're so
awesome.
welcome. Yeah, I'm psyched. So let's just jump right into it, because 12 minutes is going to go like that.
Yep.
So let's just go into, let's talk about your Keith Quinn. Let's go into about what your company. Let's hear about Club Pilates. We got it on the screen right here.
Absolutely.
Tell us about it.
Absolutely. Club Pilates is a boutique fitness. We are reformer based. We have 12 reformers.
Okay.
We are based out of Clearwater, Florida. And Club Pilates is a franchise. We have one. It's a full body workout.
Okay.
Every time you come in, it's great for the core. It's great for the lower back. It's great for anybody who wants to just be healthier.
Right.
You know, it's low impact, which is great for people who have injuries, and you control the intensity. So you can make the workout hard,
right,
or you can make the workout easy. It depends on you, how you feel that day.
Gotcha.
So we're just going to do the one, but we're very excited about it. And one of the things that I love about Club Pilates is that it's a no judgment zone. It's truly a no judgment zone. The heaviest thing to lift when you come into a facility is the front door.
Is the front door.
Most of the folks that are with us have never done Pilates before.
Wow.
And they have that anxiety.
Sure.
After three classes, they're hooked. They can't wait to come back. Some girls do 2 times a day. So it's been an outstanding experience. We're almost on a 1-year anniversary coming up. So that's going to be exciting. We're going to have a party.
Wow, I can't wait for that.
You're invited.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes. I'm putting it down.
Absolutely.
Congrats.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, thanks for sharing a little bit about Club Pilates. And I think, just listening to you talk, I mean, you sound like, you're not, I think maybe, I don't know, I can't pick it up. Is it Mississippi or Alabama? I'm not quite sure where I'm getting that accent from. But let's tell a little bit more about you, Mr. Quinn.
Yes, I'm from the Boston area.
Oh, Boston. Oh, I was off a little bit.
I'm glad you picked that up. Actually, Rhode Island. But when I say Rhode Island, people say, oh, you're from Long Island. So I just say Boston because people like, Rhode Island, what's that? It's a little piece of land. It's a beautiful place, actually. But I'm from Rhode Island, born and raised. I had the 2 parents, a sister, a dog, the picket fence. It was beautiful. I had everything I wanted. My dad was great, and we'll talk about a little bit about that coming up. But I went to school at Providence College for 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Sat down and decided I couldn't be an accountant.
Right.
Prayed to the Lord and said, what should I do? And he said, you love fitness. Go into fitness. So I decided to go to Duke University. Went there and got my master's degree.
Duke. Oh.
I know.
They're good.
I know.
They're good.
I know.
Good, great school. Good job.
Yeah, well, I didn't play basketball, but I did play a little baseball there. But anyway, so I went through the master's degree program. Then I got a registered dietitian certificate. And what I did was I started personal training studios, and I put people on stage. I did that for many, many years.
Right.
Decided I'm done. I'm ready to come down to Florida and retire. That lasted 6 weeks.
Right.
I met Wayne Stewart, the owner.
Right.
Fantastic guy. He said, I got a Pilates studio, and I'm going to build a few more. I need somebody who knows how to, build a company.
That's
awesome.
awesome.
I said, I'm jumping on board because I can only look at the ocean and the sand for so many hours a day.
Yeah.
So we're into that right now, and I'm so excited. Every morning I get up, I'm more excited because we're helping people.
Yeah, that's awesome. I appreciate you sharing the story.
Absolutely.
Sorry we're making funny of
Absolutely.
Duke.
That's okay.
It's
That's
our
okay.
little thing. I don't know.
I know it is.
But no, it's an incredible school and an incredible background. So I appreciate you sharing that. And with all the viewers out here, let's go into what kind of differentiates your company. You're not the only fitness studio that's out there, right? Mm-mm. So let's kind of drill into that. And what do you the core differentiator when it comes to your company, your organization?
Sure. I think the first thing that differentiates us is our instructors.
Okay.
Our instructors are amazing. They have to go through a very rigorous training program, 550 hours of training,
Okay.
which includes
Wow.
classroom, includes writing, testing, all those things. They have to practice, they have to do this. And after they've done that, if they pass that, they have to stand in front of a master trainer for 16 hours, a couple of 8-hour shifts.
Wow.
And if they pass that, then they're able to work for Club Pilates. And the reason for that is a lot of people that come into Club Pilates, they have injuries. So we have to be able to modify for them. You know, a lot of our people are 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and they have backs, knees. So in order for them to be able to modify, they have to know a lot about the body.
Right.
So they have to know anatomy. They have to know everything. So they're not just they're not coaches. They're not teachers. They are instructors, and their job is to make sure everybody's safe.
Wow.
And everybody gets what they're doing. The other thing I think that differentiates us, you know, Pilates back in the day was an aristocratic thing. It was for the rich. You know, you did one-on-one. It was $80, $90. What Anthony Geisler, who is the CEO of Club Pilates, has done is he's put in 12 reformers, so now you can bring the price down to the average person so everybody can do Pilates.
Right.
You know, and Pilates is for everybody, as I said. So I think that's what differentiates us. What differentiates Clearwater is the customer service. We are all about customer service at Clearwater. We love our members. It's a community, and we want to hug them all because they've done something good for themselves,
Yeah,
you know?
sure.
And that is so powerful. And I love to watch people come in. You know, again, I was discussing it with one of the gentlemen out front.
Right.
They'll come in with 9 sweatshirts and baggy clothes, and 6 months later they're dressed in less and they're smiling. And it's just a beautiful thing to see
Right.
the confidence.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why I do this.
That's awesome. So, I mean, you want to take it a little bit further? Because I wanted to kind of like what motivates you. I think, what gets you really fired up?
Wow. 3 things. I'll tell you right away. Number 1, my relationship with the Lord.
Amen to that, sir.
That's what gets me fired up every morning. Years ago, I decided I'm going to do things for Him instead of doing things for me. And when you do things for Him, you do them a lot better.
Right.
Because even when I'm vacuuming, you know, if I want to cut a corner, all of a sudden, no, this is not the way we do it. It's more difficult, but the end result is much, much better. So that's number 1.
That's awesome.
Number 2 is I have a tremendous fear of failure. I do not want to strike out.
Right.
Right? So I think that was inborn, inbred in me with my father as well. So,
Okay.
you know, we don't want to do that. We don't want to fail. So I have a fear of failure. What else motivates me, and probably second to the relationship with the Lord, is Kathy D, Melissa, Geraldine, all the girls who come in consistently and have changed their life. That's what motivates me. I don't do it for the money. I know people say that all the time, but I don't do it for the money. I do it for them. Because as I look around this country, John, I see us,
Yeah.
you know, the diabetes and,
Yeah.
you know, people, and a lot of people want to help themselves, but they just don't know where to go.
Yeah.
It's just like if I sat in a lawyer's chair and they said, do my job, I would say, where do I start?
Right.
So that's what we do. We do small group training,
Right.
and we instruct, and we keep people safe.
Gotcha.
And I think that's one of the things, but what motivates me is the people, man.
That's
When they
awesome.
come in and they say, Keith, man, that was an unbelievable class. Or when I'm standing at the front desk and I hear clapping after the class,
Yeah.
you know, that was great. My butt is killing me, but that was great. You know, and I joke with people, hey, you look 2 inches taller today.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, and that's really what it's all about. It's the building of the relationships, and that's what I love.
Right. That's incredible, Keith. Thanks for sharing all that. And we got like 4 minutes or so. Time
All right.
flies, man. So
Absolutely.
like, what book have you read lately?
What book have I read lately?
That you've-
Pilgrim's Progress.
Say it again.
Pilgrim's Progress.
Oh yeah.
You know Pilgrim's Progress.
I know Pilgrim's Progress.
Not Paul Bunyan, John
Yeah.
Bunyan. Back in
Yes.
1628. And I have to add the other book that I read on a daily basis, which would be my blueprint for success in life. Love God, love people. It's the Bible.
Yeah.
Every day.
Amen.
Every day.
Every day. I'm with
Every
you,
day.
Matt. That's awesome. How about some role models or mentors?
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Absolutely. Role model, Jesus. My number 1 role model is Jesus. I mean, I don't, as far as humans, my dad taught me the work ethic.
Yeah.
I get up to work every day. Went to the same job, 9 to 5 every day. And he taught me, you're sick, you go to work. He instilled that work ethic. So he was my role model. My father was the kind of guy that he once got a parking ticket, and he was like incensed because he never got a ticket or anything before.
Right.
You know.
Wow.
So he was that kind of guy, and God bless him, he was a believer. So he left us a couple of years ago, but he's up there looking down, making sure I'm doing the right thing.
Yeah.
And even though he's not here, he's still here.
You feel him.
Oh yeah, man, it's great. It's awesome.
That
it's
is
awesome. So
awesome.
he's my role model.
Yeah, thanks
No-
for sharing.
no
that.
doubt
That's-
about it.
That's I love it. So I
Absolutely.
appreciate that, Keith. How about some quotes? You want to share a quote that just gets
Absolutely.
you jazzed up,
Absolutely.
inspirational?
This is going to seem like a common theme. He who is without sin casts the first stone. And the reason that's my favorite is because I struggle with that. You know, I became all of a sudden I became a born-again Christian, and then I was like, how come that guy's cussing? How come that guy's doing that? And the Lord's like, you did all that stuff. Be quiet. So that's what I've tried to do, and I think that's great. And that's one of the reasons why I love the culture that we set up at Club Pilates. Is
Gotcha.
Everybody that comes in, we love them all, and we
Right.
want to help them all. you
Gotcha.
know? So when you have that anxiety, folks, and you're looking for someone to help, you know, we're here for you. We actually love our clients, we love our members, and they are why we do things. So
That's
just
great.
the way it is.
I better get over there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to get over there.
Absolutely.
It's on recorded now.
Check it
so
out.
we got to do it. So how about this? We got about a minute and a half. Best piece of advice you've ever gotten, Keith?
Best piece of advice. When I was young, I played baseball. I was skinny. I was nothing. And people said, I'm going to be a Major League Baseball. I'm going to be a professional. I'm going to get drafted. And they said, yeah, no, you're not. And everybody said, no, you're not. No, you're not. And I'm like, what do you mean? No, I'm not. So I just worked as hard as I could. And somehow and somewhere I got drafted. And then I went into business and people said, you can't do that. You don't have enough money. You don't have this. You don't even know what you're doing. So the biggest piece of advice I got one day, this gentleman sat me down, who's my mentor, and he said, Keith, don't listen to what anybody says. Listen to your heart. So I listened to my heart, and everything worked out great, you know. I'm not saying it was a smooth road.
Yeah.
I had to work hard.
That's fair.
But I love working hard because at the end of the day, when you get to where you want to go, wow, does it feel good.
Yeah.
And then you can just praise the Lord.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
So 20 seconds. Let's
20
close it
seconds.
out. Tell me about it. Tell me about NPI.
Oh, NPI, man. I'm a recent member.
Yes, you
Been
are.
here about 5 weeks. I'm up in Palm Harbor, which is actually a little further away than I wanted to be. But I'm going to tell you, and we discussed this after the very first meeting. I had that feeling, I can't put it into words, but I had that feeling that people care about each other and they want to help each other.
Yeah.
And that's what I was looking for, because I want to help. I want to help more than I want to be helped, and I think that's the way it should be. So it's a great group of guys.
Yeah.
The other thing is, I've already paid for the investment.
You've already paid for the investment? 5 weeks?
5 weeks in,
Oh.
I paid for it, and it's going to keep going and going and going because it's great people.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about, is building relationships. I'm building the trust. I was able to
I
get
got to
some
run.
closed business.
I got to run. You got to
All
come
right,
back. Keith Quinn. Woohoo.
See ya.
NPI.
NPI.
With NPI.
NPI, Network Professionals International.
Suncoast NPI. Hi, I'm Ben Kogenauer with Mangrove Realty. I've been in real estate for over 10 years and with my company Mangrove Realty for over 8 years. Joined NPI about 3 years ago, and it's been a terrific resource for me to help me grow my business and to grow myself as a business owner.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Dittman with Brightway Insurance, the Dittman Agency, and I do property and casualty insurance. I started with NPI in 1995.
Hello, I'm Paul Friedlander. I am the account executive with Total Title Solutions. I've been involved with NPI now for just a little over a year.
My name is Sarah Shupp, and I am a banker at Synovus in Oldsmar, Florida. I have been a member of NPI for 2 years now, and I am about to start my 3rd year with them.
Hi, I'm Robert Pellini with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. I'm a residential realtor, and I've been with NPI, Network Professionals International, for 2 years.
Suncoast NPI motivates me every week to grow my business and impact my community. I become better as a business owner every week, every meeting. I learn something new every meeting. I get something out of every meeting.
One of the biggest things that stands out to me is the family aspect of it. I'm not just going to breakfast with people that I don't know. I'm going to breakfast with people that I know, like, and trust. And I know that when I refer one of my customers of influence, that they are going to be in good hands. And it's not going to be a write-off, no call back, no show kind of thing.
Honestly, the relationships are great, but they're second to the results that you get. In fact, just this year alone, I've gone from number 8 in the office to number 1.
NPI is unique in the sense that the first time I walked into the chapter that I belong to, there were about 20 to 25 people in that chapter. Normally a small chapter, but I knew the people in there. I knew the power of the synergy that was in that room. And what that has related to over the last year is related to over $34,000 in thank you for closed business back to me.
Or every week that I meet with the friends and family that I've gotten to know, and we pass referrals. This year alone, I've closed over $40,000 in referrals from my NPI chapter.
Hi, my name is Jon Marshall. I'm the owner of Suncoast NPI. We're a locally owned, seat-specific, world-class, 28-year young referral networking organization with a community look and feel. As the owner, I'm not so much interested in the membership check. I'm interested in the member. We're here to make money as members, but more importantly, we're here to give back to the community to make it a better place to live, work, and play.
My dad is the owner of Suncoast NPI, and as he always says, when we pull together, we all win!
Welcome back, everybody. Jon Marshall again with Suncoast NPI, and we're Suncoast NPI TV, and I really am absolutely delighted to have these two young people in front of me today representing Oldsmar Cares. And last week we did, actually we had Charles DeMarco, the president of New Life Solutions, in as our first nonprofit, and the why we're kind of doing this, and as Suncoast NPI, and we like to give back to the community. Our organization has given over 15,000 hours of community service back to the community over the last 2 years. And this month, we're month of May, it's How May We Serve You. And so Oldsmar Cares has been close to our heart for quite some time. And so I could be more excited to have you both here. Alex Phillips and Ryder Fitzpatrick. So thanks for being here.
Well, thanks for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. We can kind of let's just have fun with this. Why don't we just start, just tell us a little bit about yourselves. I'll let you go. You want to go first?
Yeah, sure.
You not ladies first? No, I'm teasing. We talked about this already. So,
I'm a mechanical engineering student transferring to USF next semester. I'm a young entrepreneur. I started my own company this past year.
Wow.
And I'm an Eagle Scout. So those are probably the three most important things I got going on right now.
Wow, that's cool. I already learned another thing. I want to talk to you later about this young entrepreneur bit.
Okay.
That's awesome. Congrats.
Thank you.
So, more wise and more mature than your years, I can already tell.
Wow.
So
I do my best.
Yeah, no, that's great. So Alex, let's tell. I've had the pleasure of knowing you for quite a few years now, so it's real delight. I'm psyched to have you sitting here. So just tell everybody who you are. What makes you tick?
I was born and raised in Florida.
Okay.
I am a junior in high school. I'm finishing my high school diploma on virtual school.
Right.
Love going to the beach.
Love going to the beach. Sports.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Good. You're growing up. You're growing up, girl. That's crazy. So let's just go into it. Why are you here today?
We're just here to represent Oldsmar Cares and just to create more awareness for our organization. Yeah.
So Oldsmar Cares, I kind of know a little bit about Oldsmar Cares. I've heard of it. I've done some stuff over there, but I'm sure a lot of people out here haven't. Yeah. So why don't we kind of go in there and just tell a little bit more about the charity, Oldsmar Cares, that you guys are, got a great shirt.
Yeah.
It starts with that. You got a great shirt.
Yeah, nice and bright. You can see it from anywhere.
No, that's awesome.
Our building is also the same color.
Yeah. We helped paint the other lives. Was the other one. So
so Oldsmar Cares, it's a 501c3 nonprofit organization located out of Oldsmar, Florida.
Okay.
We're a food pantry, a clothing closet, and we also work to help pay up to $200 per year per household on rent or utility assistance.
Yeah. Okay.
Those are our three major things. We have some other items, especially around the holidays. We have holiday food drives.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
But we were started in '97 in the United Methodist Church, right around the corner from where we're at now.
Ah, I didn't know that.
And we were there for 4 or 5 years until they started expanding, and they worked with the city of Oldsmar to get a small building on 580, where they were there up until 2 years ago.
Okay.
And we built our brand new 3,000 square foot facility.
Right.
And we moved in, and we've been there for a little over a year now.
It's been over a year already?
Yeah, it's been over a year now. I know, it's crazy. I remember when we were building it, it seemed like it was taking forever, and now this year just went right by.
That is crazy.
But the new building is great.
It's beautiful.
It is. It makes everything a lot easier. We can take a lot more people through. We can store a lot more food and clothing. And
right.
We we used to have 4 volunteers
Okay.
in our old building per shift,
Right.
and now we have like 5 or 6.
Right.
So more people are volunteering, more people are donating. We're just helping a lot more people.
A lot more people. That's beautiful. That's what it's all about.
Yeah,
right.
it is.
So it's one thing to have a beautiful building, but hey, what you're doing with it and what you guys are doing with it is absolutely amazing. So again, thank you. How about Alex? Let's go to you. How long have you been volunteering at Oldsmar Cares? And what do you do? What do you do there?
Yeah, I've been there for almost 2 years now.
Okay.
I'm a little newbie, but my role there is to produce the orientation videos for our new volunteers.
Okay.
I work with him to, we shoot and film and just create the script and then edit the videos. And
Okay.
Yeah, we just let our new volunteers watch it so they know what they need to do and
Right.
everything like that. But yeah, I also assist with planning with my mom. She plans the special events that we have, and
Right.
I kind of help volunteer and help with that for her.
Gotcha. That's awesome. Thanks for sharing. I did shooting all those videos. That's cool. How about you?
So I've been volunteering for 5 years now.
Oh, 5 years.
Yeah, 5 years. I started out needing a few hours for a merit badge, working on my Eagle Scout.
Okay.
And I needed 6 hours, so I volunteered twice, and now 5 years later,
5 years later.
every single Friday, I'm there.
Every Friday you're there.
Yeah, besides for when I travel. But other than that, I'm there every single Friday.
Wow.
And I've done everything, I started out just handing out food, and now I've worked my way up to a position where I can pretty much do anything, and I do a lot of the stuff that, the other volunteers don't do, because I'm there all the time.
Sure.
So I help build the building.
Right.
And building maintenance, just about anything I can do and do for the school or
Okay.
for the
That's
organization.
great.
Yeah.
No, that is cool.
Yeah,
So what about this? Like, 5 years, right? That's a long time. So kudos to you. And 2 years is a long time too, Alex. So congratulations. So what aspect of Oldsmar Cares truly makes you continue and keeps your heart there to want to continue to volunteer?
When I grew up, I was taught, it doesn't matter, you could be poor, you could be, a millionaire, just help people.
Yeah.
And that's just the way I was raised, and
Right.
so I'm there to help people.
That's awesome. Do you want to add something?
Yeah, I'm just a very social person, so I love working with them.
You are very social. Come on. No, I'm teasing. Yes, you are.
And I just love meeting the community's needs. It just seeing like families and just regular people that come in, just seeing the smile on their face when they leave, it warms my heart, and I love doing it.
Yeah, that's awesome. And Ryder, I'm going to come back to you on this one, okay?
Okay.
Is there a memorable moment with somebody, with a person in need, over the time that you volunteered there, that you want to share? That's like.
Yeah, I actually got a pretty recent one. We got a gentleman, a bit older, I think he's about 75, and he rides a bicycle everywhere.
Okay.
And he had some pretty bad back pain. He's an older gentleman. He works on a ranch.
Right.
And we saw him. He'd come in every single Saturday riding the bicycle, and we're like, he's going back, holding the like 4 bags or whatever it is on the handles, and we're like, we need to help him out a little bit. He's a really nice guy. And so one of our volunteers had a tricycle. So we're like, this is what he needs, right? It's got the big basket on the back.
No way.
Kind of relaxed, right? And God, we got that thing for him. He loved it, right? Well, after about 6 months, he broke the axle on it.
No way.
Well, yeah, we get a call from him. He's like, yeah, there's something wrong with it. You guys want to come down and look at it? So, being an engineering guy and a friend of mine who was a machinist at Winchester, we're like, well, we'll go down and take a look at it. And it's like, dang, he broke the axle in it. He was putting some serious miles on. And so for like 2 weeks, he was back to riding the bicycle. And we're like, we can't let this happen. So our volunteers all pitched in and bought him a new tricycle.
No way.
And we went and picked up Friday night, and Saturday morning he comes in, and we had it sitting right there in the lobby, and he just broke down crying.
No,
He's
that's
just so
awesome.
happy.
That's
and
awesome.
that's what we're all about.
Yeah.
None of us are getting paid. They're just doing
Right.
it because we want to help people.
Yeah, love and serve people. That's what it's all about. You guys are getting it at a ripe young age, and I applaud you for that. Alex, how about you? What do you think of people that listen out there? They're like, wow, this sounds really cool. How can I get involved? And they're like, what can I do? How can I get involved with you guys?
Yeah, we have what's called a sponsor shelf. So we have our critical list of foods, which is 12 items that
Okay.
we always have in our shelves.
Right.
And we can have a business or even an individual to sponsor or fund that food item, or
Okay.
even more food items if you'd like. And
Right.
we put your logo on top of the
Oh, very
where the
cool.
food is. You can also do just regular volunteer during business hours. You can volunteer during just regular or special events we do, like the gala and stuff. You can also help out with food drives that we have,
Okay.
stuff like that.
Yeah. That sounds like a pretty easy way to plug in too.
Yeah.
So you mentioned special events. Do you have some special events that are coming up that you want to?
We just previously had Stamp Out Hunger.
Crushed it.
That's a great way because, I mean, if you don't have time to volunteer. All you're doing is just putting some food in a bag and the post office takes care of it. We also have coming up Pop Drop, which is a lot of the local businesses. But bring together food. They say their employees bring in a bunch of food, bunch of clothing, and then another company goes around and picks it all up
Right.
and brings it to us.
Yep.
And those are two great ways that you can get involved. Another way is that if you want to get hands-on, like I was saying earlier, we have the holiday food drives.
Okay.
And you come out, we give out hams, the turkeys,
Right.
everything a family would need for a holiday meal.
For a holiday meal.
And you help put together the boxes, and then you're meeting the people, and you're
Right.
handing them the boxes, and you get to talk to them and learn a little
Gotcha.
bit about them. So it's not so much just here's some money. You kind of get a one-on-one experience
Yeah.
about what it's like, and you're helping somebody, and
Yeah.
it makes them feel good, makes you feel good.
Yeah, that's awesome. We got like a minute. I mean, time flies. So why don't we, if you don't mind, let's go, Alex. What do you think about what have you really gained from volunteering over the last 2 years?
It's very hard for me to maybe communicate with others. I'm very social, but it's hard for me to kind of start that, and I gained a lot of communication skills, a lot of leadership skills as well, teaching other volunteers, how to, do the job and how to
Right.
volunteer. I also I do the Bright Futures program for high
Okay.
school.
Yeah.
I
Perfect.
can work and do my volunteers and get a certain amount of hours, and I get a scholarship for college.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. And how about, is there a message, maybe something that you've learned that you'd like just to communicate and share with others?
Yeah, I think the message that I've always just had in my head was, no matter how little you have or how much you have, just always help people, always, be there for people. And, no matter if it's working at Oldsmar Cares, volunteering there, or just
absolutely.
like having your take-home food and you see someone on the street and you just, hand it to them.
Right.
Me and my mom try to do that all the time. And
Right.
it's just, it not only makes their day better, but it makes your day better, and it makes you smile and
Yeah.
knowing that you helped them.
That's awesome. Well, I could go on for an hour with you guys. You guys are a delight to have. And Oldsmar Cares, and we're on Suncoast NPI ITV. I really appreciate you guys being here. Thanks so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
We'll be back next week.